Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and before we get started, let's get the shout out of the way. Today's shout out goes to Peter Barati. Peter was the first to say first on one of my recent videos, and thus wins a shout out. So what do I got for you? This is the new Jingdatoys, let me make sure I'm saying that. Yeah, Jingdatoys JD-20S. What is the JD-20S? Well, you can guess that this is another folding selfie drone, Wi-Fi, FPV, quadcopter. It is. Okay. The thing about it, let's go over it. Now, let's discuss it, and maybe you'll see why I was interested in it. Now, you know, there are a lot of these out there already, a lot of these folding FPV flyers, and this is similar to the others. There is no optical flow on this. There is no GPS, so you're going to have to manually fly this. It does have a 720p HD camera that records directly to a microSD card, so, you know, that will or should eliminate any Wi-Fi lag that you normally see or frame dropping that you normally see in these Wi-Fi FPV flyers. It additionally has very nice lighting all around it. Let's see if I turn it on real quick, if you can see that here in the shade. Not very well, but it is lit up very well for night flying. For those of you that live in countries where you can do night flying, you can't do that in the U.S. supposedly, so I'm not going to demonstrate night flying anymore. But why was I interested in this drone? Well, here's the reason, folks. It has this huge 3.7 volt, 1800 milliamp hour battery. They predict, you know, it's charged via micro USB port, so it doesn't have a special charger. It is proprietary. That's a down on it. But they predict with this battery that you can get 18 minutes of flight time. I find that kind of doubtful. Namely, in that this drone is going to be lifting the extra weight of all that 1800 milliamp hour battery. That's going to drain a lot of the power from it, just trying to lift that battery. But we'll see if we actually get 18 minutes of flight. And additionally, they're saying this has a nice widescreen camera. Let's see how well that camera actually is. This actually might be a nice camera drone. For those of you interested in cheap toy grade camera drones, this might actually be a nice one. Let's go over its controller. This is its controller, somewhat basic, but what we got on it is the buttons on the left side. They say this one's for photo and video. I could not get this to work with the drone. I had to use the app to start and stop the video recording. Maybe this works if you're not connected to the app. Different rates, beginner, intermediate, expert, are activated by pressing this button here. This is left and right trim. This is forward and back trim. This is one key return. It does have one key return where it will fly the opposite direction it was pointed when it took off. That is not a true return to home, folks. We mentioned that several times. And this is headless mode. You can activate headless mode by pressing this button here. And on the right here, this button is flip. And this button on the back, be very careful. Right by the flip button is emergency stop. You don't want to press that while you're up high in the air, or else your drone will come tumbling down. And on top of this, we have fake antennas. I'm not going to mess with them too much because they might break off. There we go. But they are fake. There's no wires going up them. It's just for display purposes. And then with that in mind, I'm going to close them now, just because they are not needed. And on the bottom of this, we have a phone holder where you can put your phone to watch the View FPV video. There, got it open now. And it is controlled by 3 AA batteries. So let's go for a flight of this thing and see how it performs. Hope you enjoy the flight. Okay, this is the YH FPV app available on Google Play and iTunes. And we're going to hit play. And that brings up the app. And we're going to hit start recording a video camera. And we're going to start the motors by bringing the sticks, both sticks down and out. And that starts up the motors. And to take to the air, I give it a little throttle. And it does have altitude hold. Let me adjust the trim, back trim, because it wants to go forward. Keep pressing that button until it stops going forward. And a little bit of right trim. And we do have it pretty much balanced. So I'll get in front of the camera and say, how do you like my shirt today, folks? It certainly is a widescreen camera. I can see it right now. I'm very close to the drone. But as you can see here, it's showing up a little bit. I'm farther away than I really am. So it is a very widescreen camera on it. Let's take a photo with it while we're at it. Stopping the camera real quick. Photo. Going up a bit higher. Photo. and turning it around. And let's start the video camera one more time. I'm letting this thing fly by itself. Come on, video camera, start up. And for some reason I can't get the video camera to start again. Let's land it for a second here. Maybe I shouldn't have stopped the video camera. And stopping the motors by holding the throttle down until they stop. Okay, I just rebooted the quadcopter, and that seemed to fix the problem right up. I don't know why, but it did. Okay, we're going back into the air. Let me make sure my camera is still recording. It is recording. Center it on my head. And we'll finish this up with throttles down and out. And throttle up. Does it remember the trim? No, it does not, so let's trim it up again. Okay, I got the trim back, getting back into the front of the video and syncing up videos by doing this. Saying, how do you like my shirt today, folks? And with that in mind, let's go up. Right about there, and show the camera. And I can look right now and I see that the Wi-Fi FPV is very, very iffy, sketchy. It breaks up a lot. It's not very far range. However, again, keep in mind that that camera is recording to a microSD card. So hopefully that'll eliminate any problems of frame lag and frame dropping because we're recording to the card. I'm hoping that that is working as predicted. But let's bring it down now. Just flying it slowly right now, showing the camera. Yeah, flying through the sun. Why do I always do that? I always fly through the sun. Okay, that's enough high flying. Let's bring it back down again. And bring it up to me. We'll try the other features of this. And bringing it down. And there we go. Okay, let's see if I can stop the recording. The reason I wanted to stop that recording is to make sure we got that recording. Let's see if I can start it back up again. Okay, it's starting up again. So the recording feature is working now. Okay, let's bring it over here and try going upwind. Try flip. Do I gotta hold it down? Yeah, you gotta hold the button down, folks, to do the flips. So bringing it around. Can I do a running flip? Holding down the button. Nope, does not let you do that. So bringing it down closer. Quick press. Oh, there we go. Quick press. Don't hold the button down. Doesn't do forward and back flips. Just right and left flips. Okay, now I figured that out. Let's see if I can do a right and left flip. A running right and left flip. No. So, as a sport flyer, I don't know. Let's go to higher rate. Highest rate. High rate. Wow, it's fast. With that in mind, let's bring it down. Trying to bring it down, but its throttle's not coming back down very fast. It descends slowly. Okay, what I want to do is, I'm going to land it. Try that emergency stop from that hill. There we go. Again, be careful with that emergency stop. I want to point the camera. No, it doesn't go straight up. So never mind. I was going to point the camera up, see if we can do high-speed flying with the camera recording, but no. Starting the video one more time. And starting the motors. Again, down and out to start the motors. Take into the air. Let's try the headless mode. Headless mode should, yeah, that's the headless mode direction. It remembered that. It actually works, the headless mode works rather well on this one. So I'm going, it's flying backwards. Let's try one key return. One key return. Okay, pushing back out again, going down headless mode direction. One key return. Here's its one key return. Now again, one key return only works if you're flying down the headless mode direction. Watch, if this is behind you and you press one key return, it's going to fly away from you. So don't depend on one key return to save your quadcopter. It won't. Okay, I want to bring it in close to me. And we are recording. And let me sync up. Actually, let me trim this thing up against the wind a bit. Hi. And doing it up and away. That's what I want to try with the headless mode. Get it do up and aways. Coming back down again. And going slowly up and away. Yeah, not so much. Okay, let's bring it back. Let's turn that headless mode off. Flying normal now. So again, this thing is predicted to have 18 minutes of flight time. I'll find that amazing if it does, because usually 18 minutes of flight time is, you know, the way they predict these, they get these predictions for flight time is they base it on the size of the battery. They figure if you double the size of the battery, you're going to get double the flight time. But unfortunately, that's not true. You got to keep in mind that as you double the size of the battery, you're also doubling its weight. And you have to lift that extra weight of that battery, so that cuts down on the flight time when you increase the size of a battery, because you're going to have to lift all that extra weight of that bigger battery. So, but it is flying for a long time. It's a good flyer, fast flyer, and high rate. I'm going back to lower rate. That's too fast. This is beginner rate. Even in beginner rate, it's a good flyer. Okay. Bringing it in and close so you can see it. It's a good looking drone too. That's another thing. There it is up close. Yeah. Very colorful lights. You can't see them out here in daylight, I know, but I can see them, but my camera's probably not picking them up here. But okay, let's go upwind and climb higher. I'm still recording video. Going upwind in that direction there. I'm going up higher, and let's rotate as the wind blows it by me. And that's its camera. I'm going to bring it back down again. And bring it up close. And I'm going to stop and start the video again. The reason I do that, folks, is when you record a microSD card, do this, and it will increase the chances that you don't accidentally stop the quadcopter before recording your video. If you turn off the quadcopter before that video is recorded to its microSD card, you lose that video. Unfortunately, that's true for most quadcopters. But this is a long flyer. It is a long flyer. We're still in the air. And rotating again, rotating again. And the reason I'm not demonstrating flying with the app is because why would anybody fly with the app when you got a controller? It's actually a good controller. So, and additionally, you know, that extra feature, there's one extra feature you get if you fly with the app, and that the waypoints. I've tried those on many other quadcopters, and if the drone does not have optical flow like this, when you use waypoint flying, it's just going to drift with the wind. So it's not really a feature other than a gee whiz feature on these drones. So I don't demonstrate that anymore. Usually I don't demonstrate headless mode either, because just about every drone has it. Yeah, this is flying rather nicely, with the exception of its FPV. Its FPV's now, well, it's working now. Comes in and comes out, it keeps breaking. The FPV, you know, it'll stop and then it'll freeze, then it'll start up again. You know, this isn't a drone that you can fly strictly FPV with. Let me increase the rate too there a bit. It needs a little bit more rate. Okay, coming back down again. Yeah, let's get back up to it again. We got any blinking lights on this? Nope, not blinking yet. So it does have good flight time. Again, I'm noticing breakup on the FPV, lots of breakup. So the FPV signal is rather weak on this. What was that? I'm looking on the bottom here. Do I see any blinking lights? I think I do see blinking lights. Going back up again. Yep, they're blinking rapidly, so that's the end of its flight time. As I predicted, I didn't think that this would get 18 minutes of flight, but that's about it. That's your flight time. It tries to descend when it reaches the end of the flight. Let me stop the video. So we're going to call it quits here, folks, and do an emergency stop. Kerplop. Lights were blinking. Are they still blinking? Yeah, they are. Rapid blinking, if you notice on the bottom here. So that's the, what is this called? JD-20S FPV flyer. Hopefully that video came out nice on this card. We'll find out here in post-flight. It does have good flight time, but it is not 18 minutes by any means. Again, you lose most of that extra flight time trying to lift the extra weight of this much larger battery. So I hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out.